Hey there, it's right before midnight here, and now when I don't do the daily readings, like people expect them a certain time, I can, maybe I would stop this. I can do readings whenever I like, and now I like. So, and as I think about, I'll try to whisper. Maybe I should have taken that. Really watch out. Well, anyway, I have some little bit of coffee here. Well, yeah, that film, one of my favorite films in the world, by Clint Eastwood, who is one of my favorites in the world overall. Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. I love that film so much. And before midnight, I think it's like, I don't know, not many minutes before. 10 maybe, or less. 5, I think. Anyway, it's time for good, and that is when Minerva, a voodoo priestess, she performs her magic, and then after midnight, time for evil. I just like that so much. I don't like that so much, but I think it's fun. And when it comes to the other things that I think is pretty fun, or not fun actually, I think it's enlightening. When he dies, and yeah, I think it's like that actually, like it's portrayed in that movie. We never can escape what we do, or it's not that I don't believe in like in some scary ways, in some final judgment thing or that, but I really do believe that if we have bad intents and our intents are to harm others, we will have to meet that. We can't like go around doing things like being false and stuff and it won't show. I mean, the spirit world, that's why I appreciate and love being in touch with the spirit world, is because they see through things. That is a very safe space, I must say, compared to humans. So, yeah. And also when it comes to the death topic, which I have just, why I have to cancel this, because this is it's not much left there, so when it ends, I'll put this one there. Yeah. I don't think I fear death, actually. I have longed for it so much and seeked it. Part of me have not wanted it. At the same time, I'm happily here. If I wouldn't have wanted to live, I'm sure I would have dropped dead sooner. So I do want to live, and I do want to stay here for a very long time. I think it's fascinating and fun, mostly. But I don't fear death itself at all. And maybe that is because I'm so certain that it's like a reunion with those I love. And one of them I miss like crazy still is my uncle. I grew up with him. He was like a brother to me. He was an uncle, obviously, but he lived with us. He did everything with us, and he was very much younger than my mom. Well, actually, not very. She was very young, anyway. But he was. He was like a kid to her almost, I guess. And sometimes, although I'm in touch with him recently, very close, and since I have this wonderful ability to connect with him, and I'm not sure if I would have survived without it. When I think about it, I don't know how I would have. although even when he passed, I wasn't as aware of it. Still, I didn't really feel sorrow. I think the sorrow I have felt in my life so far is related to separations and pain in life. People treating you very bad, as you were nothing, worth nothing. Those kinds of things are like death and really hurts the heart. And it had much to do with intent, I think. I'm not sure how. In one sense, I wish that there were no judgment at all. Everything was just, we were not responsible, none of us, just, everything was just love and forgiveness and all that. But I think it's not the case. I think we have to step up to what we have decided to do to others still. I do think so. Suddenly, I actually didn't think about that before. Maybe it's my own anger who makes me think that. I'm not sure. But I do. But that is not in a judgmental way, I hope. I think it's the only way to learn how to change our ways, how to grow as spiritual beings, I guess. And that sort of judgment, I think we will have to meet. And we can correct so much already here. And I mean, we all make mistakes, and we all we are here to make mistakes, to try things and be open to life and its experiences. So I don't think there is any need at all to be like very cautious in life in that sense. But if we harm others, if we protecting ourselves, I don't believe that is wrong. How harsh we ever need to do that. And I couldn't actually, I'm mainly guided, but I couldn't actually work as a shaman if I wasn't in my way of working as that, or practicing that. If I wasn't prepared to be, kind of harsh, very much so sometimes. That is needed to, that is just needed in confrontation with things, also in that dimension, so to speak. You can't just be soft. You would be like pushed around kind of, or hurt actually. So it won't stop now. I think I will have to turn the lights on here. I don't want to. I like this cozy darkness. But now it's time for evil. I'm just kidding, but I think it's like a minute or so left for good. No. But that was, So I don't think I have had sorrow. I think death, when it comes to real deaths that have happened, I am very sad for a close friend I had who killed herself here in front of the train, not far from where I live. Well, this town isn't large, so it's not far from where I really live, I guess, but that is so sad. I wish so that she could have found a way, and I wish that I would have found a way to help her, or that I would have tried more. would have been there for in some way. I know, and I mean, I know I could have stopped that. It was beyond the things she felt, the pain she had was far beyond what I could stop. Still, not that I feel actually guilty anymore. I had it so close and so deep for a long time. But still, I do realize that I couldn't. And she also come across and told me that. I mean, I knew also a lot of things that led up to that, but so I wish she would have stayed. I really do, but that she would have found a way, another way, and that she wouldn't have had to have all that pain and go through all that. Of course, I wish that. Still, for some reason, things happen, and she's healing, or maybe healed now. So, but yeah, I haven't so far, and it sounds maybe I'm just, but for me, death is beautiful. Actually, it isn't even death. That is the word. I think that's a word we use that isn't really a truthful word. It's not that. That is not what is happening. It's just letting ourselves loose from this dimension. And I think that is wonderful. Yeah. But still, I like to stay here for a long time. And I think most of us maybe wouldn't if we knew how wonderful it would be not to be here. I mean, how much more easy, but this is also a fantastic thing. This is also so precious and so lovely. So, more than I think we can understand here, the purpose and reasons for it all. So, yeah. And I think I kind of want to get that before I leave this life. That maybe is what I really want. But as I began to say, I miss many people who have died. I know pretty many who have died. But no one as much as him. My uncle, was kind of like a brother. His laughter, I mean everything about him. He was one of the persons in life I loved the most. And so special. So special. I miss him so much. And I guess also we talk about that sometimes, me and my brother. He have influenced us so much in how we are, in a very good way. Yeah. In that maybe, no, I can't even explain it. I want to kind of, but it's impossible. He was so unique. Everyone is still. I've never met anyone even remotely like him. He had such a happy spirit, and also so, what can I say? He was wild. Nothing could kind of bend him. He was so humorous. He had such a wonderful humor. He laughed at almost everything, and he had so much fun. the time he was here. Luckily he did. But he also had this, he was so hard, actually, in one way. Or, I mean, it was nothing he tried to be. I think it was just natural to him. He didn't even care what other people thought. But he wasn't ruthless. He didn't try to harm others or so. But he was that special kind of person who still try to explain it now. I don't know, but who he was just as he was, and people could often take it since they kind of knew quickly, I think, that it wouldn't matter if they tried to change him, he wouldn't. So, and so much brightness and so much love he has given. That is also one thing. I don't think I can't see how that would have been without his love, both when he was here in life and after. And he watched over me for so long time, very close when he passed. Although I didn't really understand how much of a psychic medium I was at the time, I still had him with me very much and in dreams and so on. And even when I got the message, I just felt this strong peace. I did not feel sad. I knew he was fine, and that he was with us. I never felt separated, and that is the thing. I don't ever really feel so far. I don't know if it would happen to anyone. I mean, if it could be closer, he is really close, but I don't even want to mention the things. I mean, those who are very close to my heart now, and my family, so on, I can't even comprehend the thought, so I don't want to think about it actually. But so far, my experience has been that they are never far, and they are never gone. They are very close when they have passed for me personally, so all the time. But he watched over me. How I was wild myself, very much so. And he watched over me a lot for several years until he said, like, that now you will have to take care of yourself, or something like that. And I mean, he have dropped by often since then, but I think he was beside me kind of more or less all the time for some years there. And that was good, and that was very, very needed. Thank you so much. And sometimes I wonder if those who pass, if they don't do that to help us. Yeah. There are many there helping out anyway, but this is a long ramble. I should draw a card, yeah. I never used to sit up like this and do this nightly videos. Maybe I like that. Yeah. And no, I didn't. That's time for you. That's never good. But sometimes it's time for pretty hard magic. Yeah. Sometimes that's needed. So, and there was also something I forgot to mention. I want to say that anyway. I'm going to turn the lights on. Oh, am I really? Yeah, well, there was something. If you're very afraid of dying, I'm not. It's almost like I really sometimes long for that, because this work can make me crazy. But pain, suffering, so on, I can fear that. The losing control thing and so on. Maybe, but no, more afraid of things going on in connections here in life. Well, I will turn it on now, right? Sorry for the sound. So, and yeah, where am I? What am I talking about? Now the world has changed. Maybe it's like that. When you die, you open a door, come into a new room where it looks great. Not your room really, but hopefully for your space. But I like turning on the light. It's just, I believe it's just a different dimension, but it's here anyway. And we can't comprehend that, limited as in our human form. I think our spirit is limited, our understanding is limited when we are here, like humans, and hopefully we will understand better then. I'm not sure, but I do think that we will have to take responsibility to what we have done to others. I can't believe there is any way out from that. I mean, we can fool ourselves and we can fool people around now, but yeah. Anyway, if you're very, very afraid, there was someone saying that that's a way of preparing ourselves. If this or that would happen, if we make up the most horrible scenarios or so on, maybe for our own death, or it could be maybe others as well. But there was someone saying that if so, you should write down 10 of the worst scenarios you could imagine, and then the worst ones you can think of, and then go into them in detail, each one of them. Really look closely on what that would mean, what that would be, and then just put that list aside. Maybe keep it, but just decide that, okay, now I've delved deep enough into this, now I have looked at it closely, and now it's enough. Now I know that, now I checked it. And everything else than the worst case scenario, that is what's going on when we have catastrophic thinking and so on. Everything else would be a good surprise, so that's good. But yeah. Anyway, give ourselves permission not to think about it all the time, because there are those who really do get stuck in fears or in thoughts like that. And yeah, to give ourselves freedom from it after as thoroughly we can, digging into it and make it measurable. Just pick 10 things, and that could be one strategy to cope with it, or to actually leave that kind of thinking. Myself, I don't really have that, so I don't know how that would be, because I feel no, I don't have any fear connected to that really at all. I think that is what I fear the least. Since I was a small kid, I've been in touch with the other side, and that is what feels most natural, and most home, and most peaceful, and most happy to me. Although I'm very happy and so on here often also, at least have been. I don't know about right now. No, yeah, I kind of am. But let's see now. Even though the candle didn't, it worked longer than I thought. We will move on. I'll use these. Every time I see these, I would think about someone who inspired me to buy them. Not maybe intentionally. Oh, this red is on my nail, but this is coming off again. Me and my nail. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Maybe that was the purpose to give me that. inspire me back to this. Maybe that was what it was. So let's see now. And also I have to say, I forgot to write it down, but I saw a comment on the Albert, where I read from a book. Thank you so much, precious one, for that comment. I appreciate it so much. You fell asleep and felt relaxed, and it made me happy. It made me very happy to see that some people write it. I can't respond sadly because I don't have Google Plus. So, but I just don't know what layout I should use today. But I don't remember exactly the comments. Sometimes I have written them down. No, I didn't do that. But it was something like that you find it relaxing and fell asleep and made me happy. Maybe I should do more of those. Then I don't ramble so much or expose myself so much. Maybe that's better. I don't know. So what kind of spread will I do then today? I think I have an idea. I just have to put things aside a little bit. So let's see now. Oh no, I'm sorry for moving around. Yeah, I know. What spread I will take. I used this a few times before. It's the judgment spread actually. I need that. And I will think about a certain topic, and even if you think about something else, that will be fine. That's how it works. You can, or just this spread, you can do things can mean so many similar things, so it can work for many people at once. Yeah, now I will stop making that kind of sound. Okay, I've been doing this for half an hour now. Just move on now. Yeah. So much to learn. Yeah. It's good to find a way to see the humor in anything really. Let's move on. This is spread. I will actually do it like that, and you can interpret the way you like, and I'll take away mute my voice if you don't want to hear my interpretation. And some judgment here. I will actually think about something in my life. Here is the things that are in favor for whatever the case is. And here is things, cons. These are pros and cons. Opposition. We know who that is. And then the judge. Let's see. And then we have the judgment. This is pro or con. This is kind of my card, I think, and this is the oppositions. Okay, we'll do it like this. Just a little space here. And then the last card, the decision. It's like a card for the judges. Written summary of this case. So, first card here. I have to start now because this will be an hour one. I don't know why I even got into this now. An iPad. It's very calm in one way because it's so quiet now. So I mean, Saturday night, it's not always quiet. There are parties going on, and so tonight it seemed to be. Let's see now. Pros. Arguments for this side. Mine's my side, we say. Priestess of Cups. This is a very loving one. I will have to read about it. And yeah, I try to not make the shadow show so much, but still I think it's better, but then it's a little bit dark if you do like this. It's very dark, so let's see now. We'll have to read about it. I don't get it, but it's someone very loving, maybe very dreaming as well, or maybe a bit out of her mind. Let's see. I can find her here. I mean, there are some general meanings, but for each card, but also they have a specific meaning in each deck that is sometimes very different from in other decks. So this is the youngest, so to speak, of the court cards in water, or in cups. So, but I think this is a very loving one, and yeah, it's like a shell there, but looking out through the shell. Let's see. The earth aspect of water, emotional freedom, jealousy, conquered, trust in the self. Okay. Make a bit of shadow for my hand here, but the Princess of Cups is represented as a dancing figure. She's free, not imprisoned by emotions. For a swan rising above her head shows the independence and freedom she has gained. She has cast off the bonds of possessiveness and manipulation. Yeah. Freed from jealousy, she is surrounded by grace, kindness, and clarity, indicated by the crystals on her crown. Not in a crown, on a gown. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Great. Yeah, and that is also the case when in ego conflicts. Actually, it's a bit sad. Well, moving on. I mean, for them, or tough for them. Not that I don't have any, I mean, but in this case, I don't think I do. With great tenderness and gentleness, she holds the cup with a turtle in her hand, as a hint of the protection she lovingly assures herself and others. Yeah, I think this is very much so. The white lotus flower in her outstretched left hand represents her readiness to be a giving lover. The outstretched arm symbolizes the distance she has taken from herself, which makes it possible for her to love to unfold in its makes it possible for her love to unfold in its purest form. Yeah, and that is also why I think I need this layout right now, because I'm kind of accused by someone being that I'm very bad, really, and that is just not it, and I think the cards will show that. The dolphin's eyes are crystals, meaning that the past can now be seen with clarity and can be brought to completion. That's good. That's good. The distance she has taken, which make it possible for the love to unfold in its purest form. Taken from herself, also from the ego side, you can say. And I have to move on. Indication: trust your feelings and perceptions. You are on the right path. I know. And question: is there anything else preventing you from being fully free? You now have the opportunity to let go of it as well. That is a good question. No, I don't think so. I feel free now. Suggestion: well, No, I have actually also a few months, no, not a few months, but some time ago also letting go of this food stuff that I've been holding on to. Still had something going on every day. Not to go back to that. Imagine you are surrounded by water and dancing the dance of salvation in freedom with light flowing movements. Great card. And there's an affirmation. The more I love myself, the more I can share with others. Fantastic. And this is obviously for you too. And then let's do this one. The other one. Maybe I can learn something real from this. This is, this card I've seen before. Yeah. This is Queen of Pentacles or Discs. She have moved through the desert, long, hard, struggles and paths. But she's now here on this. I don't remember if it's a pineapple. She reached a place where she would get the nourishment she needs, and so on. I will read about it. And this is for the other one, actually. Then, so let's see now the other side of this, so to speak. I don't know how that one sees it or whatever. The water aspect of Earth, fruitfulness, physical nourishment, overcoming the barren past. Yeah, there was nothing to gain there. Maybe. The Queen of Discs has the long, hard way through the desert behind her and has arrived in a greener, more fertile land, as I said. She rests sitting on a huge pineapple, enjoying the refreshing oasis, and takes time to look back on her long and difficult path. The crystal-topped staff and the curled horns on her head symbolize the clarity of her enhanced powers of perception. Her clothes of reptile skin and the globe in her arms symbolizes the renewal of the earth and are an indication of fruitfulness. The he-goat, that's maybe in front of her, represents the procreative capacity necessary for life, alright, and he can also be seen as Capricorn, tough, tenacious, independent. The Queen of Discs gives great care to her body. She knows precisely what attention the body needs in order to reflect suitably as the temple of the soul, her internal beauty. This applies to physical and cosmetic care as well as good nourishment and care for her health. How does this apply? I don't really know that for now. The cons. Maybe this is not, maybe it's applied to you more, you understand what it is maybe. Indications. You have passed through an arid stretch on your journey and have now arrived in more fruitful surroundings. Now you can rest and devote some attention to yourself and your physical needs. Question. In what ways have you neglected your body, your outer self? Do you indulge yourself? Suggestion. Devote more attention to your health and physical beauty than you have until now. Affirmation. I give my body the gift of loving attention. It gives me the gift of life, energy, joy in living, and health. That is beautiful, but it also, one of the attitudes maybe I'm at. I was start to laugh now when I think about it, because I can't believe I even care. Or did care. Now let's see, not much now what I wanted to do this layout anyway. Here's a judge. Satisfaction. That's a good judge to have. We'll see now though. I will first write it here. The judge seemed to be very happy and content. It's actually what is the judge here is, I guess what will make us happy then. That's what it's about when we really feel. Is it 10 of Cups? Yeah. Satiety, I don't know if you say that word that way. Margin Pisces. Satisfaction, fulfillment, radiating. The 10 of Cups are arranged in the form of Tree of Life. Yeah, that is also a journey. Everything is in its right place and perfectly harmonious order. This is an image of deep fulfillment. The oversized lotus, you can see that maybe up there. At the crown of the tree testifies to the wealth of love received, which now overflows and pours into all who take part. They seem much more loving than I would be. Anyway, but, everyone who is prepared to receive takes part in this rich river of love. The handles of the cups are made of round swords. Now that is one use you can have of that. The transformation of complete gold and can now combine with the energy of Mars. Mars in the constellation Pisces spiritual expresses itself not by being crude, injurious or unruly, but by providing the apparently fragile being with the decisiveness needed to bring forth into the outer world the beauty which it holds deep within. This is a good judge, I think. Having that attitude, not being crude, injurious, or unruly, but by providing the apparently fragile being with the decisiveness needed to bring forth into the outer world the beauty which it holds deep within. This does not require any dramatic demonstrations of emotion. A fulfilled person simply radiates this quality and is recognized by the fruits she or he bears. And the indication that things develop by themselves, everything comes to you at the right moment. I had this recently, also with that Let Go card, last video. Question: what does satiety, if you pronounce it that way, mean for you in this situation? I don't even know what it means. I have to look it up on the net. Suggestion: relax, close your eyes and breathe deeply and calmly. Let a picture arise in you which shows you in a state of complete fulfillment. Repeat this exercise often and connect this feeling more and more with your reality. Affirmation: life gives me all I need to be happy. Yeah, that's the thing also, nothing is possible to lose really in one way, but that's an easy thing to say. So there are some sounds going on anyway. The judgment here now. Pro or con. Oh, lust. This is strength. They were so good, my neighbors, being quiet, but they couldn't be quiet all of night. Good. They have to live. Yeah, this is the judgment. Lust. What a judgment. Oh. I don't think I will go into making my own interpretations of it. This is a very strong judgment anyway. But what it is, I'm not sure I will just read about it, I guess, because and that can drive us mad or wrong, maybe, but I shouldn't interpret it about that. And also, as I said in last reading as well, about the lion being sometimes a picture of the ego, so, or the limited personality, and the spirit should be on top, so to speak, should be the one guiding us, not to be guided by the ego. Leo passion, multidimensional creativity, talent, strength, integration of animalistic energies, overcoming old fears and conditionings. Yeah, that may have been, sometimes I really do think that also when it comes to things we really don't want, or really painful, or repeat themselves, or whatever. It could be really a gift. To let go, to find a better way to let go of all the things that have gone before. So, the traditional name of this card is Strength. Crowley renamed the card because its meaning includes much more than the word strength expresses. Lust means more than vital strength. It includes also the joy in and the enjoyment of that strength. It means also passion. A woman sits on the back of a lion. In her right hand she holds the Holy Grail, which is inflamed with fire of love and death, and raises it into the heights. The card is a representation of divine intoxication, divine ecstasy, divine madness. The woman appears intoxicated. The lion is also inflamed by lust. His 7 heads are those of an angel, a saint, a poet, an adulteress, a daring man, a satyr, and a lion serpent. I didn't see that there were so many heads. Thought it was like 2, but there are many more actually, obviously. They symbolize different aspects and viewpoints, which now unite and meld together as a single perspective force in one orgastic experiencing. They are independent of morality and limiting rationalism. The energy forms expressed here are those of an archetypal creative order. The animal within is not tamed and integrated through struggle and repression, but through affirmation and surrender. The strength you gain in this process helps you overcome old fears, and restrictive conditioning, so it's very good actually. Represented by the folded hands and the faces of the saints seen dimly in the background. Oh, there they are. Yeah, now I see. The 10 faintly radiating circles scattered behind the woman and lion show the fading old moral ideas, which will now be replaced by the fresh ones pulsating at the top of the picture. Great. Great. That is really good. Symbolizing the new light which streams snake-like in all directions to destroy the world and create it anew. This process of recreation is again symbolized in the lion's tail, a serpent with a lion head. Where that is now? Yeah, there. Okay, I have to move on. I don't have many minutes left here. It stops in 1 hour. Let's see. The woman's head is turned completely toward the urn of fire. She is totally absorbed in the energy of transformation inherent in her total unconscious surrender. This is the secret of Tantra, the awareness which perceives the fullness of each moment and accepts all of life, rejecting nothing. Oh, I love this card so much right now. Lust reveals its valuable creative potential only when fully tasted, savored, and drunk in. Only then can it be understood and be implemented in your own process of becoming aware. The way to the light passes through all aspects of darkness. And that is the thing also sometimes when we ourselves are angry or judge things, it's because we don't see the lesson or the gift, the treasure we really get in it, the freedom and liberation that we can get from it. So, also, indication: if you're ready to accept all which you find in yourself, you will be able to move through everything with deep sensitivity, awareness, love, and understanding. This is for both here, I guess. Questions: what areas of your life would you like to live out more fully? What have prevented you from doing so in the past? Are you ready to deal with this new? Yeah, I guess I am. And not to get stuck in the bitterness. It's easy to do so. Suggestion: take everything in with more awareness. We often experience emotions such as love, sadness, pain, rage, or fear as obstacles only because we have never learned to use them as potential energy. Yeah, that's great. I have so much energy, obviously, then, being so enraged that I've been lately, but now I feel good again. Affirmation: I enjoy living to the utmost. Great card. So this was then the Judgment. I don't know, it's a lesson for both here, I guess, is what it says, I think. Yeah. And the middle card, the decision, the judge written summary of the case. And it's interesting, it's about these two, it's very much about love of cups, it's very much love and cups. And they are not opposites, really. This is earth, this is water. They fertilize each other, I guess. Really. Oh, sorry, but that sound. And it's much love, cups, and yeah, it's about finding what we want, and maybe we learn something instead. Let's see. The decision of the judge with the summary of the case. This is the card. Oh, it's good. It's good. This is the universe, the world card. Couldn't be better. I'll see if I have time to read about that. I mean, this is great. If we really see for what it is, we have only one through this. It's actually, I think that is what it says. All this judgment here is about us learning. I just want to tap on it now, but I can't when I have the book here. Like this. Although I'm in a little bit of a hurry. Sometimes I feel like I kind of wake them up when I tap on them. Let's see now. As that and completion, cosmic union, travel, liberation from bondage, burning off karma. Oh great, we need that, I'm guessing. This is the last card of the major arcana. So I think what it says mainly about this, we needed this to grow, to learn. And this is, if we take it that way, it's just great. And we can move on, liberated from many things, hopefully. It closes the circle which began with a fool. The great task has been brought to completion and returns to innocence and ingenuousness of the fool. The drop disappears into the ocean, and the ocean pours into the drop. This completion is, at the same time, a new beginning on a higher level of being. The final goal is reached, the return to original cosmic oneness, and that is my next topic that I want to go into, the oneness. I really long for that. Yeah. Now you see yourself and the world as it really is, Eye of Horus in the upper right. What? Yeah, there. All garments and masks have become superfluous and useless because you are at one with your original nature. You are whirling, caught up in the perpetual dancing motion of the universe. The boundaries of your small I dissolve in orgasmic union with the universe. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. The nude woman dances the dance of liberation. Through the eye of Horus, she has seen into the nature of limitations. With this insight symbolized by the sickle she holds in her right hand, Yeah. Let's see. She cuts through the web of ensnarement. Finally landed. Even the gigantic serpent of transformation has lost its function. The energy has been transformed, and a new quality exists. The serpent has outlived its usefulness. There is nothing left which its poisonous bite could destroy. Yeah, that is so great card. Thank you. The four cherubim blow the all-pervading spirit in all four directions. See, all is new. Yeah, wonderful. Indication: it is now possible for you to see things as they really are. The stage is set for a new beginning or a favorable completion. The events in your life are in harmony with the universe. Great. Question: from what aspects of your life is it time to free yourself? Is there a journey or an enterprise waiting for you to set it in motion? Yeah, this is so great. Suggestions: trust your perceptions. Make a list of all unfinished situations whose resolution would give you a sense of relief. Affirmation: I am one with the universe. Oh, so great. I'm so glad I did this now. I hope you understand what this is about for yourself. This could be a situation you need to resolve for yourself. Well, but in my case, yeah, it's really, this is as it is. And I really needed to be in touch with this again. I don't know. Struggles and powers to be able to let go. I mean, without, it's like, I love Cesar Millan. He has taught me so much. Still, this is burning. Taught me so much about dogs and sometimes about men. Actually, I'm sorry for saying that, but that's true. It's not so much different. Yeah, it is different. I'm just kidding now. But he used to say that if there weren't any mistakes or if things doesn't happen or go wrong, so to speak, then there is no way to correct them. That's where we really can learn. So I love these cards. Although I wanted it really to be, this is the horrible being and I'm very nice. I wanted that to be the case, but it really says that we are on our journeys and and some things, maybe this person saw some things that I needed to hear, also a few things at least, one thing maybe, but it could have been, I mean, it could have been said or been delivered in a more kind way than almost, trying to hurt you with it or something. I think. But it doesn't matter. I mean, the important thing here is it's very new. It's so much new. And the 10 here also, 1s and 10s are also new beginnings. So just cut away all the old, just start a new journey, new life. Yeah, that is what all the cards speak about here. And we've gained new strength through this struggle, whatever it is in your case.